Hi, thanks so much for joining me. In the video you're about to view, you're going to be seeing a canner that is not functioning properly. Angela, a member of Kelly's home canning class on Facebook groups, sent this video in to show us some leakage that she was having from the underside of the lid of her pressure canner. So we're going to review that footage together. We're going to review the inspection of the other components of her canner, and then we're also going to identify the problem area and what's causing that leakage. We're also going to include a video that I posted to our group that will show or discuss a little bit of the safety of a canner and what is and is not normal. We're going to talk about pressure gauges, we're going to talk about faulty seals, and things of that nature. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. So I noticed that there are a few imperfections on your seal, and I'm going to show you where, okay? Okay, stop. See these dimples right here? That is enough to interrupt your seal. You shouldn't have any dimpling like this. It's okay for you to have the increase and decrease here of the natural way the band is supposed to be, but you shouldn't have any dimples like that. The other thing is at the very beginning of the video, right here, this is stress wear. Your whole seal should feel very smooth. You shouldn't have any marks like that. You have some funny looking marks there too. So I think you have a bad seal. And definitely right there. It looks like there's a spot there, but I didn't get a very good image of it. Right there. There's another one. It's a very minuscule dimple, but it's enough. So I think that's where your problem is. Hey everybody. Hope you all are doing well. I just wanted to come on kind of impromptu real quick to address something that was just shared. I don't know how many of you saw it, but one of the gals in our group shared a video of her canner leaking from under the seal underneath the lid. Angela, sorry, I had to look up the name. Just so many of you. I just want to make it abundantly clear because I know somebody else had commented that they thought that that was normal or that it was running out from the top. I want to make it very, very clear. Other than your vent and the amount of moisture that will sometimes bead and come down from the vent, meaning the point where you put your jiggler on or your weight, there should never be any type of moisture escaping around the underside of the lid, outside that little emergency black button that will pop off in an emergency, or under your gauge, and there should not be a steady stream of water coming out either. That is dangerous. That means that number one, the canner is not getting an appropriate seal. The other thing that means is that there's something wrong somewhere, which means the pressure gauge is not reading accurately either, because you have something escaping, which if there's water escaping, there's air escaping, which means what you have inside the canner is not going to be pressurized and cooked and heated through the way it ought to be. So I just want to make sure that if you ever have the opportunity and you find that you have leakage of air or steam or liquid coming out in any of those other areas of your canner, you immediately remove it from the burner, shut the burner off, let the canner cool, proceed with a normal 10-minute vent, and let it completely depressurize. And then you're going to want to, once it's completely cool, open it and check your seals, your gauge, your vent, because there's something wrong somewhere. The other thing is, it's very important for canner maintenance, especially those of you who are buying used canners or using canners that you've inherited from other people. Is depending on the age of those canners and how long they've been sitting, you want to make sure that you are replacing the seals. If they've been sitting too long, just out of safety's sake, it's a good idea. The other thing is getting your gauges tested. Your pressure gauges should be tested annually, at a minimum, without any exceptions. You don't ever want to falter or vary from that at all. If you have a local cooperative extension office near you, they will very often do that for free. You can also check with the manufacturer. For example, I know Presto, you can actually send your gauge into Presto and they will do a pressure test on it for you to make sure that it is reading accurately. Because if your gauge is not reading accurately, then you have the risk of, again, not heating the contents in your canner up to a high enough degree to actually kill all the spores, molds, yeast, and botulism toxins that you need to have done to have successful canning. So check with your manufacturer warranty. If you have somebody other than Presto, definitely research that. It's not a bad idea to have spare parts on hand. A lot of time your local hardware stores will have those additional parts on hand. I know our local hardware store, both Aubuchon and True Value downtown, they have the gauges, they have the seals. I personally just went and bought a second pressure gauge from Presto directly. That way, when I send one away, I still have one to use, so I'm never out of operation. I also keep extra seals on hand. It's just a good idea for good housekeeping all the way around. So make sure you're inspecting those canners every single time, and if you ever see any type of leakage, please, 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 please just listen to me and shut it down for safety's sake. If you've already processed something, even though it was leaking, and you did a full cycle, and it said it was up to pressure, you can't trust that. So please go ahead and take whatever you can and put it in the fridge. If it's been out longer than 24 hours, forfeit it, toss it. I know nobody wants to throw away good food, but you know what? No one's life is worth the risk of dying from botulism. Remember, it's odorless, it is not visible, and it's tasteless. You will not know. So if there's any chance that your canner has been malfunctioning, do not trust what you had just canned, okay? I cannot stress that heavily enough. I would hate to see anybody have anything happen that would cause a potential injury. A lot of you are feeding your families, your children. You just don't want to take the risk, okay? So with that said, I hope you all are having a great day. Sugar Hill Cranberry Co., Christine, she has donated some cranberries, so we'll be getting on once I'm able to meet up with her, and we'll be doing some cranberry jelly as well as possibly some cranberry juice. We'll know once we have the cranberries in hand how much we have to work with, and we'll get that class scheduled. And then we're going to be doing garden cleanup. We have seedlings coming Friday, and I'm going to check with the farm, and if they're okay with it, then we'll do a live from the farm. So just if you have any questions, let me know. As always, you are certainly welcome to private message me if you have a question that you're not comfortable asking on the board. You can certainly video call me if you have an emergent situation that you're unsure of and you don't know how to handle. That's what I'm here for. So just remember, any sign of any leakage out of any portion of your canner, the seals, the regulator, the gauge, the emergency blow-off button, the little black button there, anything like that is not okay, okay? So, all right, you all have a wonderful day. Bye.